We're back! Happy Wednesday! And welcome back to the new season of Musicians Hangout with your host, Crash Fistfight, the Booty Pop Moopsie, and Maxine Maxwell of the Maxwells.
What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday! Wow, it's great to be back. How you doing, my friend?
I am doing great. Long time to see, by the way.
Oh yeah, wink, wink. Oh my gosh, you look still like on cloud nine because I am. Like I'm seriously.
Oh my, I'm still riding that high.
Oh, so much.
So
oh my goodness,
crazy fun.
Oh, we can't wait to share all the stories with you guys and bring our guest up for tonight. So before we bring them up, I'm going to go over our mission statement here on Musicians Hangout, and that is to be part of a revolution to create friendships with other artists and build a community network to save music. Woo! Let's welcome Kevin Enlow of Lujack Promotions. Come on down, Kevin.
Bang bang! Oh my gosh! Yes, I love the base sunglasses. Those are the coolest things I've ever seen in my life.
They're not going to be here long because I can't see nothing.
I love them though.
They look cool as shit though.
Now I can see.
And beauty is blind, right? Or love is blind. And man, Kevin, wow, did we get a lot of love from this weekend? Woo!
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes.
Yes, a lot of love. It was so good to see so many people all dressed up and happy and talking and networking and
yeah.
Oh, it was like it was the night to remember for sure.
Oh, it really
like I've had a lot of people come up to me and thank us for giving them like the real-time Grammys awards kind of feel to everything.
Yeah.
I mean, we had the step and go pictures, and we had the bands playing. It was
so good.
The presenters. Oh my god, the presenters.
Oh my goodness, everyone was so good. Like I loved working with every presenter there, honoring all of the artists, getting to meet all of the nominees, and just mingling and networking with everybody and getting to know new people. It was just such a beautiful night. And like chalk it up to the bucket list, baby. Like red carpet, fantasy world, dream on.
It was great to see everybody's personalities kind of meshing together, just making new friends, and it was so amazing. So amazing.
Well, and I heard from some, like Hecate. She had mentioned that it was so exciting for her to meet people that she had only been friends with on Facebook and got to meet face to face. And I totally related with that. I was like, girl, I hear you. I feel the same. I get to meet some of the Facebook friends that I have or people that I follow on Instagram and like just kind of geek out on, the musicians that I follow and have gotten to know through this. So,
and we have 2 Libras tuning in tonight. They are one of our winners for Best Electronic. So, and it's so well deserved. That was a really tough category because all the nominees were just amazing. But you know what? Like, you guys are well deserved it.
Absolutely.
And you looked fabulous too, by the way.
It's so good to see you guys still so excited from this show.
Yay.
And then we got to remember our skills. You guys were awesome. Things were going so smooth that I looked at stuff and I said, hey, we're going too fast. It's only 5:30.
I remember that.
We had to talk and stretch this out a little bit. And you guys were like, okay, no problem. And you did it.
Well, that's where like Hecate and Ticker came up on stage and they're all hugging us. And I'm hugging Hecate and I'm like, all right, Kevin wants us to slow down the event a little bit. So go ahead and do what you do best and chat, girl. Go ahead and plug yourselves. And they're like, sure thing, we can do that. And they did so good. Everybody did. Oh my goodness. It was so fun.
Yeah, we did good on our presenters. We picked the right people.
We
Oh,
really did.
A group of them in for like 4 or 5 nominations and stuff was awesome. Because I was
That
just
was
each one, and then you said, "Why don't we just do a group?" I'm like,
it. Just
oh
it's
yeah.
easier that way. And because, we did have performances between the groups, so to have present, that would have just taken way too much time.
It would have been really awkward too with how small the area was that we had to transition stage on and stage off with everybody.
Yeah.
It worked out great because the presenters that were going to go on for their group of awards, they were hanging out in the back with us waiting for that as we switched over the bands, and then they just transitioned out after we introduced everybody, and it just had really good flow. So it felt good.
And another thing I wanted to say is the bands that performed, they did such a great job on their change outs.
They did.
That was just, I love working with professionals.
Yes. It
was so flawless. You didn't even hardly notice that they were changing anything.
Everybody worked it out so quickly and smoothly.
Yes.
And nobody even noticed what was going on.
No, like it could be crazy back there, and it really wasn't. It was really mellow and cool. Like
right. Well, you and I were kind of distracting everybody while these bands were setting up or coming out on stage or whatever might be happening.
Well, and I'll give a huge shout out to my hubby Max, because he kind of took the role of stage manager without really doing that, and just would like cue us and cue the presenters, and then let us know when the band was done. Like, because he was like right there beside the door and could like kind of hear and see what was going on and would let us know. So that was really helpful because like the presenters had a lot of questions for us, and we gave them some advice, and while we were doing that, he was keeping track of where we were on the schedule. And it was just so natural and organic too. And I really like that. Because that's how we run our show. We like it very natural.
Yes.
We're live. Like, and
we're not scripted.
No. And we weren't scripted at
this isn't taped.
No. Like we just know each other so well that we just know our flow with each other.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh, 2 Libras. Thank you. So 2 Libras says it seemed to go smoothly, at least from the view of the audience. That's good to know, because none of us were out there. Like, well, I guess Kevin, you were out there, but I bet you were busy with so many things you couldn't really like take it all in. I'm not sure about your perspective. That's why it's cool we're meeting tonight on the show to get everybody's take on the night.
We have a fan in the house.
Oh,
Roberts. He says, "How goes it, Crash and Max?" You two look stunning at the award ceremony.
Oh,
thank you so much. We felt like we felt like we were doing like Grammy award ceremonies. Like,
we took this very seriously, and there's been a lot of questions out there about the gowns. And honestly, I'm going to tell you guys that we probably spent 10-15 minutes picking out our gowns online and ordered them and hoped that they would. So like, that's how we did it. One confession: my niece picked my dress. I picked Crash's dress.
Yes.
So we just were like, "You wear this," and you wear this, okay. So
it just happened they all fit like perfect.
I went to the thrift store.
You did. You look so.
I went to the thrift store on Saturday and got my suit.
I thought you rented something, Kevin. You looked good.
You looked amazing.
Yes.
I was in there maybe 10 minutes.
Like, I saw your pictures on, the red carpet. Oh my God, you guys look so amazing. She looks stunning in red, by the way. Absolutely.
That's my favorite color.
Stunning in red.
Head to
she wears it well.
The red and the skull earrings. She looked so, so good. I loved it.
2 Libras said, "You look sharp, Kevin." Hell yeah.
Man, like I said, that was so quick. I went into the thrift store. I found some suit that kind of fit me.
I love it.
Said, excuse me, ma'am, what shirt would go with this? And she picked out a shirt, and I said,
yes.
Good, let's do it.
We all have our own personal stylist now.
I was out. You know what?
We have our friend Don Rush in the house. Cheers, Don. We love you, my friend.
Yes, we love you. We love you all. Oh my goodness. That's why we do this, because we love you guys.
Yes.
We've got so many people in the house here. We got Troy, we got Paul. Oh my goodness. I'm just trying to call everybody out. Thanks so much. Yes, Hemp Wizard. Hey, Hemp Wizard. We love you.
Hemp Wizard, yes.
Sweet. So let us know if you guys have any questions for us about that night, because we'll share stories. But if you have any questions about the event or ideas for the future, let us know. Thanks, Troy, for mass sharing. That's great.
Norman the Banshee from Falling Under.
Yes, I knew it was you from Falling Under. I follow you, FU.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my gosh, he is such an interesting dude. He's cooking for.
So one.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Kevin. What was that?
One of the big questions is, are we doing this again?
Oh, yeah, that is.
I'd love to.
So
everybody got quiet for a second.
Well, the whole thing is like we learned a lot this year.
We did.
A lot of trial and error.
Absolutely.
There's always going to be people who, love it or hate it.
Yeah, and we knew that. We anticipated all of these things. And if y'all followed Musicians Hangout, Lujack Promotions, and the Washington State Independent Music Awards pages, we were totally transparent about all of that. That this is the first time we've done this. We're going to see how it works, and that we are open to feedback. But we absolutely know the things that did work, because a lot worked out. Like,
yes, it was so smooth that we
did have a problem with the getting the trophies up. We should have had the trophies on the other side.
There wasn't a real way. We thought about that for a little while on how to
with
do
the
that.
bag and
and then that got awkward. So that was trial and error. But we talked a little bit about when we were mingling after the show that next year we'd have a person that just did that. So we need more people to help. That's where we're at.
Well, the good thing is,
a lot of people were talking about you.
Since the show, I've got a lot of friends requests, and I've got a lot of people that were at the show who volunteered to help next year. Yay! I'm starting to make a list now, because I'm getting all these friends requests, and I check them out, then I accept, and then the first thing I hear is, "Hey, that was a great show. That was so special for all the musicians. If you need any help next year, let me know."
Oh, that's so good.
I love that all of the musicians that were there felt appreciated. As far as the feedback I got, there were a few that kind of had some hurt feelings, but that's kind of show business.
That is, and that was anticipated too. But I did speak to a few of the nominees that didn't win, and they were excited for the winners. And they were just excited to be in the same room with other artists that share their passion. They got to meet people from different genres.
Yes.
There was a lot of great
connect with.
Yeah, there's a lot of great connections and a lot of great networking going on at this event. And what I've been trying to tell people who have been shedding some negative energy toward it is that, this was meant to build our community up, make connections, not to tear anyone down. That was never an intention.
No.
We know that there's a lot of artists that need to be recognized. Help us recognize them and nominate them.
And for 4,500 bands and artists that were nominated, they should feel proud about that.
Yes, absolutely. Go
All
ahead.
4,500.
Exactly. Exactly. That's why I kind of put in my little speech at the beginning.
Yes, you did.
As the musician, you took empty air and you put something in it, and somebody else liked what you put in it. Not a lot of people in this world can do that. So, just to be nominated, out of those, like you said, 4,500 people, just to know that somebody else heard something that you did and said, I think you're the best.
Right.
Even if it's only one or two people that actually heard about it or knew about it and did it, that's just awesome.
It is.
And then if you win, you win. Because that it came down to your fans. Your fans putting in the effort to promote it, and your fans backing you up. But,
so we have a question.
Oh, sure.
From Norman or Naman. He says, do you have to be from Washington to be nominated for a category? You don't have to be from Washington. You just have to be currently residing in Washington, playing in a band in Washington.
So
correct.
You have to be a musician living as a resident in Washington to be part of the Washington State Music Awards.
Because, I was born in Colorado. I was nominated, but I live in Washington.
I'm not going to look at birth dates and birth certificates.
You weren't born in Washington. You can.
Way too much, especially since the first time around we had over 4.5K nominations statewide. I know that a lot of people have been saying, oh, it was only Tacoma bands, but we got nominations from all over the state.
Washington, Southern Washington,
South, East, West, everyone. Yes. It just so happened that more of the bands were voted for by more fans in that area. And to be honest, Tacoma's music scene is popping, guys.
Tacoma's the new Seattle.
Yeah, it is. And that's what I learned as a musician first getting into the scene, is that there were, at least pre-pandemic, more clubs and more places, and honestly more places that were going to pay you as a musician in Tacoma. So it doesn't surprise me. And there's so much talent in that condensed area too. I know that there are artists that we're recognizing that were there from Seattle and from the outskirts of Seattle too. So.
And I think part of it too is that Lujack promotion is not known too much over in Eastern Washington. I know I worked with a few bands over there, but not a lot, enough to get my presence over there. And I'm hoping after this first one, more people over in Eastern Washington will know about it.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A lot of people are going to know about it. And we encourage everybody to share and get us connected with them, because we want to recognize everyone statewide. We do. So
2 Libras, they are so sweet. They said, it went so well. It felt like you've been doing this for years.
Thank you.
That is such a huge compliment.
That is really
to
good.
all of us. It was very hard, especially for Kevin.
Yeah. Kevin did all the work, guys.
There was so many times I was going to drop this whole thing.
I know. Yeah. It got, it got bad. It did. And you had to do jury duty for 2 months there, while the voting stuff was going on, and then having to be on hold because it got hacked. That happened. We got hacked.
Yeah. And then I had to try to find another voting site. And like you said, I was going through that trial that I couldn't talk to anybody about, not even other jurors. And it basically was a woman kidnapped for 18 days, chained up in the back of a truck and raped. And you have to listen to all the gory details and see the evidence, and then you go from the courtroom back into the jury room, and we just have to talk about anything else but the case. Instead, you just see some gory stuff, and then you go back in there and go, "Hey, so anybody watch the football game this week?"
Yeah,
and that kind of thing. Then you come home, right?
Well, and talk about secondary trauma. I mean, that's.
And then they come home and I can't tell her about it.
Yeah.
No, so you're just stuck with that. I was on a jury once. It was crazy. It wasn't that gruesome, but the guy was so guilty. But yeah, I couldn't talk to anybody about it.
And then once we finally got the verdict in, and sending this guy to jail for life. And I had to keep trying to tell myself, I didn't do it. He did it to himself. But you're still part of the process to just sit this guy to prison for the rest of his life.
But as long as you are absolutely sure without a fucking doubt, he did it.
Oh yeah.
And it was apparent. Like I remember you
When you
talking
did your
about
job.
afterward. Yeah.
You did your job.
As soon as
When
we
you could talk about it.
If there was
evidence, and the judge said we could talk about it now and everything else, we went in the jury room, and one of the guys pulled his name up on the, well, I don't know where he pulled it up on, and he goes, "Yeah, this guy did this to a 16-year-old girl and another woman." And the two jurors that held out against the rape and stuff, they just kind of looked like, "Oh my God, oh my God, we should have voted guilty," and we're all looking at them like we kept telling you he was guilty. So that was
so I'm glad
like I said, even after all that, it still took me like 2 weeks to come down.
What a mess. And like to have that all going on and then also be trying to navigate a new voting platform for the awards show so that you have all of the nominations and everything taken care of and squared away in order to get the awards and have the event.
Get
like
voting going. Because you have to vote. Now you're nominated, but now we have to start the voting process.
Yep. And we didn't want to bother you. We're like, Kevin will get a hold of us when he's ready. Kevin will let us know if it's not happening. But we didn't order our dresses until we knew. And as soon as you gave us the go, we were like, okay, let's get our dresses.
And then the other part of the whole thing is I was still booking other shows. You know, I still was booking shows for Chicago Pizza, JP's, and other shows that I had planned. And so I'm trying to promote those. And
yeah, because that's your other part of your job is booking bands.
Right. So I'm working with cover bands to fill in for Chicago Pizza and JP's. I've got original bands that I've got at other places, Jazz Bones, Spanish Ballroom, Real Art.
Yeah.
And every day I'm waking up to more problems with the award show.
Oh.
And everything. And then I was trying to get media attention so I could get the word out more.
I was like, let's get more press. Let's get it out there on the radio and the newspaper. But no one was getting back to you. And it was like crickets. It's like, come on, help us promote. So like, that's another reason y'all didn't hear about it is your local stations in Seattle, Tacoma, but statewide wouldn't help us promote. Newspapers wouldn't. So if you know anyone that we can connect with to get this word out there, we would love it because this thing's blowing up and we want to help it grow.
We want to help, support more artists and honor more artists and, let's build a bigger community together to save music.
That's it. That's our mission statement. Yes, we do.
The thing is, there's nobody else going to help us. There's no radio station. I guess KISW with the Live Out Loud or Living Loud or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
They do it.
Or Loud and Local.
Yeah, Loud, thank you. But there's no other radio stations really doing it. There's no TV stations helping.
Yeah, so it all
there's
had
no
to be
big newspaper. You got to go to find your podcast to hear all this stuff.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's what kind of gets me when you have all these other musicians putting down other musicians and other bands.
That makes me sad.
They do all these little clicks, like if you're not in my clique, I'm not playing with you on the show. And don't go see these guys, come see my guys. And anybody that does anything like this, everybody looks for the negative stuff instead of thinking of the positive stuff. I was kind of happy with the whole thing because this was my mission goal, was to bring the community together. There was nothing in there about me getting rich or famous or anything else.
That's not even what it was about. Like,
nope.
Everybody put so much into this whole project.
Absolutely.
Nobody made a dime.
No, we lost money.
I went and paid some more people off today.
We're talking like thousands of dollars that we've lost.
Yeah. So
thousands of dollars.
So it was worth it, right?
If you were to add everything.
Yeah.
So no, there was no recovery.
And that's okay. We expected that too. And people that think that we're making money and spreading that rumor, just know that That's not what it was about at all. Like,
it didn't work if we was about it.
I mean, we're wearing Amazon and Goodwill to the show.
Right.
To be honest.
Right. So
that's why my suit came from the thrift store.
Right. Nimone asked if there was a personal favorite of all the bands on the nominee ballots. What band would it be? Josh.
That seemed to be, he swept the
Josh
night.
He won like fucking 50 awards, I swear to God.
Oh my God. Did that guy sit down at all? Like he won was it 4 or 5? Like how many?
I think it was 5.
I thought it was 4.
I thought it was 4 too. And then I saw the list and I was like, dang. Whoa. Is blowing up over here, and I'm appreciating what 2 Libras is doing.
And then 2 Libras, they followed that. They said, most people don't get things done at all. Just the mere fact that this show got done at all speaks millions. Exactly.
And there was trials
to put these shows on.
Yeah.
I've heard afterwards that there's been other people that tried to do these shows, and they kept fizzling out.
Oh, I had no idea that was even tried.
Yeah, I guess it was tried 3 other times that they know of.
Really?
And I'm like, I can totally see why it fizzled out, because you guys know I was hey,
it was so hard.
Yes, I know.
So much negativity and hate, just hammering down on you too, and it's just like, man, we're just trying to have a spectacular evening to honor musicians in our community. That's all.
Don Wood kind of brings Don Wood from Murder Weapon.
I love you, Don. Mwah.
Yeah, big shout out to Don. She says, there are a lot of promoters that only book cliche bands too, and they leave out a lot of them.
Oh yeah, I feel that
electronic bands or electronic metal bands, EDM bands.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, we see that in the scene. Definitely.
I don't know. I think Real Art of Tacoma tries to put a lot of those kind of bands in there.
I think what we're trying to do, what a lot of bands are trying to do, is we're trying to cross genres.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Have metal and EDM with rap.
Because look, last night or Sunday we had the performers were from all different genres of music. Country, reggae, and everybody, metalheads were up there dancing with the reggae songs. The jazz people and blues people were up with the country western. It was just all together, and that's what I want. I want it so if you don't have a gig and you're a metal guy or a rock guy, go to a blues show, go to the jazz show, go to the country show. And if you can't go and you see that something's going on, help promote it. Oh, she's looking at something.
Leslie Hogan says, "Hi, Kevin. I'm one of those people who friended you post-show who said I would love to help you next year."
Hi,
Leslie. Part of what you said, just saying regarding the radio stations, they aren't interested in really helping shows like ours. We couldn't really.
So she asked, did you say you guys did contact them regarding the show or not? Basically.
Yes, I contacted some radio stations. I actually almost had D. Ted Smith from the men's room to come down and be a presenter, but he said it was a 50-50 chance if he could make it, but he was the only one that wrote me back. I know people at Cairo and NBC, and none of them even wrote me back. I sent them all the little information about it and the link to it to check it out. Here's my number. Call me if you have any questions. Here's my email. Nothing. Crickets.
Oh, such a bummer. And it could have gotten such good reach if we would have tapped into that. So if you guys can help us tap into that, that would be so much appreciated. It really would.
Oh, I should say that the volcano the weekly volcano. They said that they would do a story on it. And they actually sent Sherry down, and Mr. Fred Novak was a big hit.
Oh, I love Fred so much.
Fred Novak, I absolutely love
My
it.
goodness, like he was just so freaking over the top amazing. Like, oh my God, I love him.
I wanted to steal his hat so badly. Oh, the ostrich feather hat. I was just, as soon as I saw that, I was like, I want it. That's a total Phyllis Diller hat.
Oh, Leslie has another question.
Oh, yeah.
Pull it up. Any chance you contacted 98.9 KPNW?
No, I did not.
Oh.
I didn't even know it was around.
So we'll write that down, you know?
Yeah,
like
I'm taking notes. Hold on, leave that up there.
Write it down.
Leslie, you're going to be a huge help. Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, Brian.
I don't think I've ever even listened to that station.
Brian says, you two looked marvelous. More rock on. And Kevin looked fabulous, too.
Yes. Oh, my God.
Well, you know, when I saw some of the pictures at the beginning, I was like, I look pretty good. And at the end, I looked so tired and worn out.
We were all so tired. Like, there were these big plans to go bar hopping, like, because there were like 5 bars at the Elks Temple. And I was like, let's bar hop. And then we were like, we had one cider. We're like, okay,
one cider. And we're like, hey, good night.
I didn't even take a cider. I packed up and I went home.
Like, we had been working on this like all day that day. So it was like hit the ground.
My God, just trying to get the damn banner together. Like we just unfortunately Maxine and I just abandoned ship on that one.
Took us what, a half hour to get that thing
to, like get ready, like finish.
I had to go get in the dress because I didn't know when I ordered it online that the only way you can get
arms over there.
Yeah, I'll tell you about that too. So you lace in and out of it because it's a corset back. So Max helped me in and out of the dress, and then like it's like over the shoulder, very fancy, very classy. But I go to the bathroom like during the event. So like I'm in the bathroom and I'm like, I cannot move my arms. And I'm like, I'm a fucking T-Rex up in here. And I'm like trying to like put my pantyhose back on. And I'm like, it took me like 15 minutes to pee. And Max is like, I'm so sorry I didn't go with you after you were like, I'm going to the bathroom. Bye. And I was like, oh shit, is she going to be all right in there? I'm like, I need you next time. So note to self, I'm going to go to a store and try on the dress and see if I can like flip my arms and like zip in so I don't have to be laced.
Yeah.
It was so intense. It was
get into it. Yeah.
God, I love the dress. It was comfortable, but I couldn't lift my arms. So, oh my God.
Yeah, see, I liked mine because it was kind of an older over the shoulder one.
Oh my God, your dress.
Which was nice. And it zipped up the back.
Oh,
so
that
was nice.
So jealous you had a zipper. Oh my God. I wanted the zipper so bad.
But
no zipper.
Next year, we're getting dresses with no fucking trains.
No trains. It's like no cape, right? Like no trains because the trains looked so good, but we kept tripping on each
other. A pain in the ass. We kept stepping on each other and fucking killing ourselves, stepping on our own stuff.
Well, and others like stepping on it backstage. You know, I got really good. Your train was bigger than mine, so mine was a little more manageable. I got really good about like swooping mine away from people. And I was
trying to like grab mine and holding it up, you know.
Yeah. Yes.
And that was the thing too backstage. I hadn't thought of. I think I was talking to Dusty and I said, I hadn't thought about the 5 bands and all the gear. Because we was sharing some of the gear, but it was just the guitars. And
they did really good though. They kept it like along the side of the walls. The green room is huge. It's like, you know, it's the room behind the stage, and then there's that room on the side, and then the room downstairs. So there was plenty of room.
There's green room 1 and green room 2.
Yeah, as a musician, and you know too, Kevin, you're a musician, booking agent, etc. We had quite a bit of space compared to some places. You know, like
Oh yeah.
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 Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a
Like I said, I love
pair
working with
though.
professionals.
Talking with
Working with
bands that
professional
loaded
bands.
in and loaded out of the Spanish Ballroom, you know, they had to like go on the elevator, go down the elevator, go up the stairs and
2
on the stage.
floors.
Fuck, that was a lot of load in for those guys. I was like, man, I'm glad I'm not playing this show. I'm
So from my hotel
my
room,
drums in.
so from my hotel room to get to the Spanish Ballroom, I had to walk up 2 flights of stairs, cross the lobby, take the elevator back down 2 flights, go
Yeah, that
into the
was
Spanish
weird.
bar, into the
Yeah.
Spanish Ballroom. But once I got backstage, there was a door right to the hallway where my hotel room was.
Yeah, like right there. Like she could walk out down the hall a little bit,
Yeah.
turn, there's her room. You know, like
Yeah.
oh, it was lovely.
But we just didn't have the code for that one.
We didn't
So we had
have
to
the
wait till you
code for
came on the
that.
door.
That's right. That's why one of us tried to stay near the door.
I would always ask somebody, and they
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
let me in, and it was nice. So
Yeah. Yeah. So you didn't have to walk all the way around, especially in the heels and all that, you know.
I'm
I
not
was
gonna walk up 2 flights of stairs to go across and then back fucking down.
I was
Yeah.
on the 6th floor and I got lost. So if anybody's been to this venue, you know it's sort of a maze because like, well, it's really old and it was set up during you know, Prohibition time. There were speakeasies in it. So there's like little hidden places that are open now, but they're still like awkward to get to. And I'm on the 6th floor. And I went on the elevator. I was actually trying to find you, Kevin. It was like around 1:15ish, and I went down to the lobby to find you. You weren't there, so I went to go up to my room. The 6th floor. Max was up there, and Crash. I think you were down in your room or stage. I can't remember. So I get on the elevator.
I think I was at my room because I was.
And I was the only one in the elevator, and I pressed 6. So elevator's going, and I'm just kind of like, you know, not paying attention to the numbers or anything because it's just me. The door opens. I step out. And I realize I'm not on my floor. I'm like in the basement, and there's like that staircase up to the stage. And then I see a couple of the Souls Worn Thin musicians come off the stage, and I'm like, oh, hey, guys. And they're like, hey. And I'm like, have you seen Crash? And they're like, yeah, she was just here, but we don't know where she went. And I was like, okay. And I was like, hi, I'm Maxine. And they're like, oh yeah, we know who you are. It's nice to meet you. And then kind of chit-chatted, but I was like, well, I'll just get back on the elevator because I figured out I was on the 1st floor. So I get back on the elevator.
Second floor.
The 2nd floor. See, I didn't even know where the
second floor because the 1st floor is the kitchen.
Oh, so okay. I was
still access to the 1st floor.
I still didn't know where I was. So I go. I finally
you still lost.
There's no 5th floor, which is weird. Like, isn't there a floor 5?
Oh, and we have ghost
You
stories.
notice that? There wasn't a 5th floor.
Like a ghost?
Yes. Oh yeah, there were ghosts.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there are.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we
both heard parties at different times. Like I heard a party in the room next to mine Saturday night, and it kind of woke me up. And the next morning, front desk, I went up to get my coffee, and they were like, "Oh, well, how was your sleep?" I was like, "Well, it's good, except for the party in room 203 at like 4:30 in the morning." And they were like, "Nobody's in 203." So that was
finds out how haunted this place is, right? And it's to be expected. Come on, like we heard.
Yeah.
So I went to bed,
and that's when she packed up and left.
Oh no, I stayed an extra night.
She stayed a night, so she was there 2 nights.
Was there a party the next night too?
I was there. So that's my story. The night of the event, Max and I stayed on the 6th floor, and we went up, you know, to our room, and went to bed, you know, and I went to sleep, but I woke up to a party of people. Like it sounded like they were like right outside our room, and they were like laughing and talking, and there was like old time music playing, and I was like, who the fuck is up? Like it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, and like I'm like, who the hell is partying out there? Should I like call the front desk or whatever? I go to the bathroom, I lay back down, I'm like laying there like tossing and turning, listening to this party. And I'm just like, annoyed by them because I'm like, okay, I understand having fun, but it's really late and I just want to fucking sleep, you know? And then I'm drifting in and out and I'm still hearing this party. And eventually sometime I drifted off and Max was then up around like 6 and he's like, hey, I'm up, sweetie. And he's like, by the way, I didn't sleep last night. I'm like, was it the fucking party that you heard? And he was like, what party? And I told him and he's like, honey, I was up all night staring at the ceiling. None of those noises happened. There was no music or people talking or anything. You must have dreamt that. And I was like, what? And like, it sounded like it was right outside the door, dude. Like, I know I was like wide awake listening to this shit. And like, after I talked with, Crash, she's like, oh yeah, you're like, that was totally ghosts. I'm like, I love that shit. But also,
the party just moved up to the 6th floor because they were done on Saturday night. Because I think they might have followed me from that secret bar.
Oh, did you find a secret bar?
I wanted to, but didn't. I was too tired, so we'll have to go.
Yeah, no, there's a secret bar, and I think they followed me and were partying. It was disco all night, but
disco for you. Mine was like the old time, I don't know, like
flapping music. Yeah, so 2 Libras are like, oh hell yeah, it's haunted.
Yeah.
I think every McMinimums is haunted. That's kind of their shtick.
Well, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? Like, if you were a ghost, why wouldn't you haunt that shit? But
dude, like in my bedroom, there were like 3 different chandeliers that were completely fucking different.
Oh my god, that place is
like
gorgeous.
The lobby had like 42 different chandeliers.
We had 2 chandeliers.
I've never been in the rooms, but I've been all over that place, mostly because I get lost all the time.
Yeah.
It's confusing. Like, if you want to go to the bars, you take the elevator.
Okay.
Yeah. Just take the elevator.
Good to know.
But the elevator is so slow.
It is.
You get tired of waiting for it.
It is, but there's a stairwell right next to the elevator. Just be on the right-hand side of the hotel, not on the left-hand side. You'll never get back to the right-hand side.
Oh, see, I'm glad that I didn't go bar hopping. And well, this is leading to a question that so many people have, and so many people have approached us even that night. If we're going to be hosting at this venue again, because other venues have approached us. So
yes,
like,
right,
Kevin.
Here's the thing: those other venues have also been in the McMinimums family. One
thing I want to try to do next year,
the Crystal Ballroom,
is do something about the tickets. The service fees for the tickets.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah.
Because I was trying to make it as cheap as possible for musicians to be able to go.
Be able to afford it. Yeah. Yeah.
But then the service fees were like $13. I was like, that's almost as much as the ticket. So
yeah, and unfortunately that's kind of the venue and not you.
It is. Like, we purchased our ticket.
Yeah. It's not, I mean, I know the venue.
You purchased
and they're all doing it.
Ticketmaster. Yeah, when you purchase your ticket from Ticketmaster, you're gonna get, the price of the ticket plus surcharge, which is like $35.
But I think maybe if I could talk to the venue and say, look, you're gonna have a lot of people here. Can we kind of do something with the service charge? I mean, I don't know how much sway they've got with the company that they can maybe do something.
I guess
worth looking into trying to do something about that.
And that varies between venue too.
Oh, yeah.
Some venues don't have a surcharge.
But I wonder, since we sold out the event, so I wonder with that under our belt, if they'll be willing to work with us because of that. Because even when we checked out, like Max and I were checking out the next morning, they were like totally praising us for how many people were there and that it was such a good turnout. So like, that being said, they'd probably want to work with us so that they can bring it back, because we all know this event's going to be bigger next year. So,
oh yeah, I've got a couple of emails from the venue and talking about how it went, and it went nice. the guy I booked it with, he said that he's got a lot of workers that were there telling them how great it went. And even I was talking to the at the end cashing out and stuff, the guy said, well, when we first read your email, you were saying that it's going to be done by 7:30. And so me and Andy were going back and forth saying, well, there's no way it's going to be done by 7:30. 19 categories, 5 bands. We're talking about 8:30 or something. So that's when he sent the last email, said that we had to stop at 8:30. And I was like, I said we're stopping at 7:30. Why are you going to 8:30?
We were done at 7:53 p.m.
Right.
I remember shit like that. I like looked at my clock and I was like, because I remember like trying to time it out.
Remember, I was stressed out.
Yes.
Because we still had another band and some other categories and some other stuff.
And it was like,
and I was thinking at the time it was like 7:15 or something like that. And I was just like,
and then it was 7:23 and it was like, oh crap, we haven't even gone on. Oh, hold on. I got my list here. I got it still. So, Jillian Mixon and Leilani, we still had them and us.
I got a bunch of them still.
And I think Stay Grounded was on stage when you were saying that, Crash. Oh, you got it? I got everything from that show.
Oh, me too. Oh, yeah.
Map. I have the map from the venue. You know, like I'm like making a little scrapbook. I loved this so much. Thank you, Kevin, for like just making this. It's not something that I dreamt would ever do, but it's been a dream come true. So thank you.
So at the venue, at McMinimum's period, in all of the bars, they have these like lists of shit, right?
Oh, that's cool. I did not get that. But I have a coaster.
It's okay. I have an extra one for you.
Thank you.
So on here, you can see in bold letters.
Oh my God, that's so cool. Good job.
That's cool.
Snagging that, girl. Thank you.
Yeah, in the Spanish ballroom. These are the highlights.
That is so freaking cool, dude.
So
I didn't even know they had that.
I didn't know they had it either.
It's at every bar. Every bar. Just sitting right there on the table while you have your little drink and stuff. It's just sitting right there, and you look at it and you look over. And I was like, snag, look, an extra one.
Now I'm jealous I didn't bar hop because I would have found them. Oh, well. Next year.
We probably hit them at the Spanish bar.
Well, I don't drink anymore, so I would have never saw it.
Oh, congrats, Kevin. Max doesn't drink anymore either.
No, he doesn't.
And we do our sober months. We do Sober October and we do Soberary. February is a sober month for us. So we do, we encourage and definitely support people in their sobriety.
Yes.
One thing I do have to say that this is over is I've just been sleeping like crazy. I was all at the store shopping. And I felt good. I've been driving around putting up flyers for another show I got coming up.
Yay.
And I was at the store and I'm shopping. And I went, well, shopping's done. I'm going home. And then I was coming home and I was going to go take a nap. And then I go, oh, crap, I forgot. I got to do that show tonight. So.
We're interrupting your nap time.
No, because I was going to set my alarm and said, I'll just get up at 6:30. And I'm like, if I oversleep.
It's okay because you know what?
Like, I don't work.
I'm in my jammies.
You know what? I'm in my comfies today too. Like I'm wearing new merch, and you are too. We got our Souls Worn Thin merch that they gave us that night. Thanks, you guys.
Oh,
I didn't get one.
I got a little tear in my eye. Well,
a little cock.
We were sparkly, Kevin. Next time you got to sparkle.
Yes, you got to sparkle a little bit.
That's what it is. I got to sparkle.
Bring the bling, baby. Bring the bling.
Bring that bling.
Get that drip going, as the kids say.
But it's kind of hard to
use it up, my G.
Borrow a hat from Fred.
To the max.
Oh wow. Yeah, it's been kind of hard to actually suck all the show in because I got a show Saturday with Brilliance, the Stevie Wonder tribute band.
Oh, that's gonna be cool.
And
You do so many cool things.
I know.
Here's a cool thing. Now, I can't tell you too much about it, but it's basically with Travis Larson and let me get her name right, Jen Majora. She's here from Evidence, and so we're having a meeting on the 22nd about getting them booked down here.
Sweet.
Ooh.
That's cool.
Oh, and the 19th, I've been doing a lot of private shows. And so I've been getting bands into private shows, which are much easier.
I love private shows, dude. I love it.
Yes, I love
more money.
They're my favorites,
I don't
actually.
have to promote it or anything. It's like, hey, if your people don't show up, they just don't show up. But still, you got to pay it. I got a contract right here.
Isn't this how the kids do it these days?
Yeah, I can't do that. Look how gnarly
it kind of hurts my hands. Like
crooked. I can do this one. This one's, and with my honking nails I had over the weekend, it was like bam, bam.
Dude, mine were so pointy. I was like,
I know.
They kept caught on everything and poop fucking up.
I was voice with Kevin the next day, and I was like, it wasn't.
I'm not wearing nails next year.
I took mine off before the second.
I know I was there. You were like plucking them off.
They were like, meh.
Oh, and I super glued them on like several goddamn times.
Mine fell out. Like I had a couple fall off too, but my glue held for the night after I glued those two on, and then like I still had them on when I was like messaging people the next day, but I had to voice to text, and you guys know I have an accent. You can hear it, and it doesn't understand me. So every once in a while, it says something weird, and I send it. I'm like, didn't mean that. It's voice to text, and I admitted to Kevin, I'm like, I still have my nails on. He's like, you still have those things on? I'm like, yes.
Yeah, because you were saying things, and I'm like, I think she's having a stroke. I don't know what this means. Let me get a hold of Max.
Is Maxine okay? No.
Real quick.
On my fucking stupid
nails. You having a seizure? Like, what's going on? What are you guys drinking over there?
Oh my God. And I was exhausted too, just so tired. I was tired for I'm still tired. I feel I'm like,
I'm still trying to recover because it was quite the emotional roller coaster for me. Like that whole weekend.
Too. Yep. Yeah.
So I had a lot of highs and lows, and then highs, and then on the way home, I'm driving along on the 405, just trying to blew my tire. It's stuck on the side of the road, and see where I have an Explorer, and my tire's underneath the car, and you need a special tool to unwind it down to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I didn't have this tool, and so my idea was, okay, well, I'm gonna pull this and see if I can get to it from under the carpet in the back. I pulled back behind my back seat. There's the goddamn tool that
oh man, I'm so glad when you called me and you told me you had it. I was like, fuck yeah, you're gonna be fine, girl. She calls me, and
there's a thing, I didn't know. Yeah, but then I didn't know where to place my bottle jack exactly. So, but yeah, no, I had everything done.
I'm so proud of you and happy that you were safe. When you call me, she calls me, and I can tell she's upset. And I'm like, oh God, what the fuck happened? And she's like, fucking flat tire, and I'm on the side of the highway, dude. I just want to be home. I want to be in my goddamn bed. And I was like, I feel that you're going to be fine though. You're going to be there. It's going to be okay. And then she's like, hold on, someone's pulling over. And I'm like, do you want me to stay on the phone? She's like, no, but call me back. And I'm like, okay. So I wait a while. And I call her back. I don't get her. So then, Max and I are worried, but then we eventually hear from her that everything's okay. And then we heard from her that she got home, and obviously she's okay, but like that was a roller coaster and emotionally.
Like I'm still riding this high of like, fuck yeah, last night was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And it's like, it was quite the emotional weekend.
Well, like you said, everybody that was actually there had a great time.
They did, and I'm still hearing from them, and I've made connections with them, and it's so awesome. I mean, we're booking musicians, artists, bands on our show from this event.
We have like a super secret thing kind of in the brewing mix right now that
I've got goosebumps.
You guys aren't even gonna believe this. It's so fucking
we've been
so fucking amazing.
Some really, like, we said 2024 was going to be our year, and it fucking is.
It fucking is.
This is awesome. Like, and what a great way. Like, we're celebrating our 5th year of Musicians Hangout in May, and we have 14 seasons, but that's because we do, several seasons in a year. We take our breaks. We had a wonderful, well-deserved break this last holiday season, and we hit the ground running with this. And now we've got so many great things in the works, and can't wait to share all of that with you. And thank you, Kevin, for making us.
Oh my God, yes.
I was going to say, how come I don't know about these secret things that are going on?
We're going to tell you when we're off screen.
Yes. Like,
we started to tell you before we went live. So I was trying to tell you, and then it was 7:00. I was like, "Oh, we got to go on." And you're gonna know. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yes.
You're gonna know everything, and that's something that, something that is so fun about working together is that we've all become friends through this, and we're a good team. Like Max said it today. He's like, "You guys are just such a great team," because I was getting kind of low about some of the negativity going on with things that I've seen online about it, and you guys are my support. And when that happens, like we vent, we share, we build each other up, but also we take the constructive criticism, and we're trying to, use that to our advantage, and not just our advantage, but our community's advantage too.
Exactly. The advantage for the artists, and not only the artists, but the fans.
Yes, that's what it's all about.
Like, you got to make it easy for the fans to vote for their artists, and artists to vote for other artists. Hint,
and that was the thing. That was the thing that kind of got me is I read it. Like I said, it kind of bothered me for like 2 hours, and then I got everything in perspective, and I said, "I'll screw it." But some of the people complaining is, "You have my number. Why aren't you messaging me and saying, 'Hey, Kevin, good show back. You could have done this. You should have done that. This didn't work for me.'" But you want to just go on Facebook and just make some Facebook drama. So like I said, a lot of them I just took off my Facebook because I'm like, I'm not working with them. So
and I honestly didn't take anybody off. I'm trying to work with everyone. I'm trying to support everyone still, because I love independent music, and I want to stand by the mission statement of Musicians Hangout to build friendships. And I'm calling y'all out. That's it. Like, be our friend. Like, help us. The table is big enough for everyone. We can all have a piece of the pie.
Well, like I said, I've got a lot of stuff going on, and 2024 is going to be good. Like I said, the show's over, and I got another show the next week.
Yeah,
I'm working with. I've been trying to get Jackie Rohr from The Voice. I've been talking to her before she got on The Voice.
Whoa.
Had her all locked in, and then she got on The Voice and said, "Okay, we got to put it off until whatever." And she kept going and going and going, and so now she's finally off, and we're still talking to her manager, trying to work out the pricing, because the pricing all of a sudden went way high, which is, of course, what happens when you hit the top 5 on The Voice.
It does.
So I've got a lot of things going on, and I just need positive people with me and no negativity.
Yes, and we are staying so positive through this. We keep each other grounded. We help rise each other up. And like I said before, the table is big enough for all of us to sit at. There's enough pie for everyone to eat. Come sit with us.
Yes.
Sit with us equally, and let's talk about it.
And
like
we
I
also
said,
have Byron McCallaghan, who's
Aw.
McClanahan. He says, "Thank you for keeping us entertained Wednesday nights. We are a great team. Good night, Records.
Good night.
Byron."
good
Well, and you are absolutely right, because it is time for us to sign off.
happened.
And gosh,
It is.
it's been so amazing to hang out with you. Kevin, do you have anything else to add before we say goodnight to our viewers?
Just like you said too, I feel the same way. If you got constructive criticism, come to us and just say, hey, this is what I think. I'd love to hear some new ideas. I would love it. I just don't like to get bashed. I want to just hear. I don't like people just coming to me with problems without a solution.
Absolutely.
Come to me and say something with a solution, and I'll be glad to talk to you and listen to it.
Suggestions.
And you know,
Yep.
Your suggestions.
They should, they should go to Lujack Promotions page, and they should like it. They should follow it, subscribe, get those notifications, whatever you need to do.
There you
Because
go.
that is the best way to do it.
Well, and follow the Washington State Independent Music Awards so that you can get firsthand details on what's going on for next year and what's been happening this year.
Even
and
though
also follow us.
we have not confirmed next year yet.
Well, it's going to be in the making.
Winky, winky.
I need some sleep first. Give me some sleep first.
Okay, but you have a week. No.
I can do it in a week. Just let me sleep for a week.
We will let
Saying.
Kevin needs his beauty sleep, everyone.
I know. Look at
All
me.
right, kids.
Well, thanks everyone for tuning in.
Thank you, everybody.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Crash.
I was going to have Kevin say what he needed to say.
Okay.
I said all I gotta say.
Oh, okay. Well, I was going to say, you want to take Maxine?
Absolutely. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks for following us and loving us. We love you too. Let's go. Until next Wednesday, everyone. We'll see you later, alligator. Take care.
Bye.
Tip your servers. Love you.